Well, hi there, racing fans, and welcome to an action-packed Winning Ways, because we had feature races on Friday night, the start of the KwaZulu-Natal Champion season. We had the close of the Gauteng Champion season on Saturday, so we've got all that footage to show you. But more incredibly, we've got the NBC footage of the Kentucky Derby, and we will talk through it and what happened there, which was even Donald Trump, the president, is not very happy about it. But firstly, as is the norm, sport. I don't want to talk football.
I know you never want to with that team of yours.
Well, this is nearly the last. We got Valencia tomorrow night, and we'll get beaten by them. We might even go out of the Europa Tin Cup, and we're definitely not getting the Champions League next year.
Unless you keep going in Europa. But Jim, disappointing for your boys at home. You know, drawing with Brighton. Spurs were walking all over the Bournemouth, and they got 2 players sent off in the 10 minutes. At 9 players, they couldn't hold them off. They've in their own way self-destructed this 2019, and their only chance is at Ajax. But we are in the top 4, which is great news. Chelsea in the top 4. Man United, your friends must have got hold of you and said, Jim, what's going on? Because they're struggling. Couldn't beat Huddersfield.
Yeah, they were poor.
They were poor.
Yeah.
So
shows you their little honeymoon's over.
Yeah, their little honeymoons. They really need to spend.
What is more important at this stage of our lives is that there's the IPL, which was fantastic. Faf du Plessis hit runs. Tahir keeps taking wickets. Rabada,
he's come home, hasn't he?
The guys but he's the top wicket taker, in the IPL. Just guys who keep showing that they are.
How's David Miller doing?
He scores runs.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Good for him.
He scores runs. He's the best number 5 batsman, probably one of the best in the world.
Great player.
One of the greatest fielders. There's no doubt about it.
And AB's still hitting him at the park.
AB's unbelievable. I mean, he had an innings during the week. He made 87 from 40, which was just spectacular because he is just a beautiful stroke maker. Anyway,
what about the Sharks?
The cricket, but before we finish the cricket, the Lions won the local T20 in a fabulous game.
Okay.
Bavuma was absolutely fantastic. He scored the runs. And then Van der Dussen, who's going to Rassie van der Dussen, yeah. He's going to on the World Cup squad, so he gets in. But I feel a bit sorry for Bavuma. I think Bavuma is a very, very good player.
Rassie van der Dussen.
Okay, well,
Jim, you're a legend. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about rugby.
Sharks, I thought, an excellent game against the Crusaders.
They're bruisers. That's what the Crusaders need. The Crusaders need someone to bruise them up a bit. But the difference is a fly half. Yeah. That little guy, Kerwin Bosch, he can't tackle because he's 80 kilos or something.
Yeah.
He battles to tackle, but he is a very good tactical player.
Yeah, no complaints.
And instead of just hoofing the ball like his predecessor, fly half did, who was the big.
Came on.
He should play fullback.
But James, was a good performance. They really played well.
2 draws on the weekend.
Unusual, eh?
Very, very unusual. Anyway,
and
the Bulls won.
The Jaguares, they beat the Stormers.
Yeah, and the Bulls won. Sure. So MJ Battlefeld's happy.
Happy, that's right, yeah.
Anyway, more important, that MotoGP, Marc Marquez won again.
But we share that every week.
Yeah.
Is he ever going to say, if we don't talk about Binder or Marquez, there's nothing to talk about on motorbikes?
No, exactly. Marquez he's a legend. I mean, an absolute legend. But the young kid on the block, who we're very happy for, is the Swazi Open, the Swaziland Investec Open, was played this weekend. Yeah. And it is one of the longest serving tournaments on the tour, on the Sunshine Tour, and certainly in the Southern Hemisphere. It's been going for years and years and years. And I've always gone and played as one of the amateurs because it's a pro-am. I play with Mike de Kock and Chesty and Larry Nestat, who's involved. He runs the show. He's been going from the beginning. And it's a great, great tournament because you get to play with the pros and you get 3 rounds with them. And then the final round, the top 24 guys go out and bash. But what's more important about it is it's not a normal tournament. You get a point for a point taken away from you for a bogey. You get points for birdies, points for eagles, 5 points for an eagle, I think 3 points for a birdie, and no points for a par.
Okay.
So the guys who score the most birdies and eagles end up winning it.
Aggressive golfer.
Well, coming to the final round, our mate Manfred Rower. Do you know who Manfred Rower is?
Yep, the vet.
He's the vet.
His son Martin's
Baker
the golfer.
McVeigh. Marty's a golfer, okay?
That's right.
Professional golfer. He made a hole-in-one last year, which paid for his tournaments throughout the year. And he was leading after round 3. I saw Manfred. Manfred was chuffed here on Friday night.
I saw he was leading after day 1, 2. Yeah.
Yeah, he led the whole way. And I said to Manfred, he had 48 points, which is unbelievable. It's normally 55 to 60 wins it. So he only had to make 12 points on the last day, which is birdies on the par fives. Then he's got the 12 points. Anyway, he made 11 points and won the tournament by, I think, 13 points.
Oh, he slaughtered them.
Slaughtered them. 46 was the next best.
So Martin Rowe won, eh?
Martin Rowe's maiden tour win. And he's a very, very good golfer and a very nice young man.
I wonder if Darren was on his bag.
Yeah, Darren was on his bag.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. Oh, that's excellent. Well done to both of them. That's a big winner, Jim. What does it do for his career?
Oh, no, change his career.
Open doors?
On top of that, he's playing with all the Investec guys. He might get a sponsorship from them, which would be wonderful. All those type of things make a big difference. He's a very deserving young man. He comes from a family that we know and love.
He loves horse racing too.
Loves horse racing.
Marty loves horse racing.
Loves to have it. He's got his dad out there firing him up. Anyway, Manfred got in the car the next morning. He did vet duty here on Friday night. 10 o'clock he left home. Got in the car, crack of dawn, to fly there, to drive there to Swaziland to walk around the last round.
Well done to him. Well done to the whole family.
Manfred.
Excellent.
So fantastic for them.
All right.
Right.
3 to follow.
Yeah, we've got 3 to follow. Okay, we're taking a long time over that. Let's get it through the 3 to follow. Right, let's go first to Greyville on Wednesday. And we had a very unfortunate incident at the starting stalls where the favourite got scratched at the start. It was race 4. Isikami Sami got scratched, which left the door open for Marsan, which we thought would be the tote favourite. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Yeah. This won very, very well. Duncan Howells trains it for a bunch of guys, including Warren Lanferna.
Oh, great for him.
So, was it Warren's first winner in his
No, he'd had one before. I think there was a bush race in the mountains that he won. Toti, yeah. Thank you. I don't know how many winners he's had, but if it is his first, it won't be his last.
Okay, well, let's go and watch Marsan win. This one, an extremely good race, is Magog filly out of an Al Mufti mare, bred by the Chell Foundation. Let's go and pick him up at the start.
Yeah, drawn 1 and vying for favouritism with that and the runner-up Saucy Broad. But here, gets out the gate quite smartly. He looks to position it in the box seat and does just that. A very clever ride by young Craig Zaki. The pace is on, Saucy Broad's up there, Black Orchid's up there. And as I say, most people were wondering who was going to be tote favourite because of the scratching of Isikwami Sami at the gate. But this horse wins so well. He always travels well, James, and these Magogs can run.
Yeah, and she wasn't a very bad.
Filly.
It was a pretty good time. This Marsan, she's there sitting 5th, and we think times make a big difference. And on top of that, she ran 2nd in a barrier trial. And it was a pretty good barrier trial. Winner had come out of it already. So this was very important for us to know that she had a chance. And she's a nice big one, Magog filly. I was very impressed with her in the barrier trial. Here she switches out with the yellow cap and starts to run at them.
Yeah, she's moving up in the hands. The joint favourite or the ruling favourite, Saucy Broad, is in the black silks on the inside. But she's certainly got her measure here. And she wins very comfortably. I think there's quite a bit to come here, Jim.
Yes, absolutely, because the filly African Diva had been running pretty close. She runs 3rd, and she gives them. She wins pretty comfortably. I thought it was a good win.
Yeah, me too.
Right, we're going to move on, and we're going to go to the Vaal on Thursday, where the first race, Dory Sham stepped out a first timer by Karari out of a Tiger Ridge mare, bought from Favour Stud for John Finlayson, who's a great supporter and
loves the game. Loves the game.
And I thought this was a very good run by Karari. He's a gelding. Drawn one, up the inside. Let's go and have a look at him.
Yeah, as you can see, easy to pick out there, and it gets covered up quite early. And Chase Mojan, who's the pilot, realizes, listen, we're still learning. Let me go and cover it up. There's pace on in the red up the middle. There's Diego de Guava on El Patron. He's riding very well as Diego, and of course, 6 shooters showing good speed up there. Your winners in the Gold Silks, P. Australian riding a horse called Cape Town Affair for Ashley Fortune. But the horse we found, we can see it, Jim, it's trying to edge its way back towards the inside of the course, and the yellow and green colours now being switched to the inside.
Well, it shows you what a run does for them. Cape Town Affair ran a pretty good race first time out and came out to win this. And this run will improve this gelding a long way, because he's unfancied in the bedding, and he's going down the inside now, right on the left-hand side of your screen. The other two come to fight it out, and he runs on extremely well. The favourites next door to him, Moonshine, I think its name was... I'll find it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
But there it is. This horse runs, it's beaten a length. Jim, it's a terrific run by the Sunrace horse, and certainly follow it. Dory's horse will just about win next time.
Okay, we move on to Turfentine, and we had to pick this up. It's going to come later in the show when we go through all the races. But the SA Nursery Grade 2, for a horse to run first time like this horse ran, he's well worth having a close look at. Mike de Kock trains him. Captain Al out of Gibraltar Blue, who he trained, who was a very, very good Rocco Gibraltar mare. Rocco Gibraltar, superb broodmare stallion. Let's go and see what happens in the nursery. Battle of Trafalgar, well named, owned by some very, very important owners to South African racing, and bred by Klaversfleet Stud. Let's go and pick him up at the start.
Right, here we go, and they're the highlight. Now, this horse gets out very quickly. It's a Captain L, as Jim says, got a wonderful pedigree, and it goes straight to front in the dark silks. You can see a lot of speed. The horse that was favourite is Twilight Moon, who's in the green with the white sleeves.
Behind it.
Yeah, right behind you. And your winner's the grey horse with Arthur Marcus called Frosted Gold on the inside of the pack. But this is a smart debut. A lot of speed here, Jim, in a Group 2.
Yes, certainly he is quick, this horse, and run him in a 5 next time, he'll win, because he's not even close to coming off the bit. We'll talk about the race and why, how this race panned out and how good the form has worked out of these 2-year-olds when we get to the race. But here, he's still in front, this horse, and Twilight Moon comes to tackle him on the outside. Frosted Gold goes up the inside. You'd like to have a horse run first time like this. He's still holding them off and fighting them off, and only greenness and probably the lack of a run does him in. Joe Somer's horse in between him doesn't get the smoothest of passages, and maybe in America he would have been taken down, but there you go.
Yeah, very, very, very good run by the winner too, the imported horse, and the runner-up, Wiley Hall.
Yep.
They're doing very well, Wiley Hall.
We'll talk about that later on. I think we got a chance to talk about that in our current affairs.
Okay, well, that's our 3 to follow.
Sorry, we what?
That's our 3 to follow.
That's our 3 to follow, as I say. But what comes next is something that you've always looked forward to. Where are they now? This guy, most of the Lebanese community doesn't want to know where he is. Let's go and have a look.
Hi, Gary Citron here, without the E, living in La Lucia, Umhlanga. I enjoy traveling, being to Hong Kong racing, fantastic to race there. Mauritius, very different. And most recently, the Dubai World Cup, a must on anybody's bucket list and any racing enthusiast. I've got shares in a few horses, and the most recent winner was on Friday night with Van Kelder, a really great win. I'm sure we'll go further with that. I've really come back into the game, loving it and enjoying it. Although I've been involved all my life, but now it's more enjoyable and having a great time. To Laf and James, you guys put together a great show. Keep it going. All the best. God bless.
If you've been involved in horse racing in South Africa but have either moved away, immigrated or retired, we want to hear from you. Send us a short 30-second video recording on WhatsApp and we'll flight it on the show. Clips can be sent to either James on 071 588 5769 or Paul on 083 779 1311. We look forward to hearing from you.
Great stuff, Gary.
Yeah.
Lovely to hear from you. At least we know where you are. We come and get our fee.
Yeah. Gary Citron without the E.
Yeah.
He's really come back into the game, which is great. You know, we need people in the game, and he's as nutty as a fruitcake, but a very likeable guy.
Careful what you say.
He's a
Well, he's got hairs on his side. Okay, you could be in trouble.
Citron
You
with
might not
that
be allowed to go to Mhlongo in the near future, young lad. Anyway, let's go and see what the plum of the week looks like. That's a good one.
Mardi Gras got about 6 or 7 lengths to make up with Ishanana. 300 to go. Goliath Heron leads it. Romy's Boy on the inside on that boulevard. Sunset Eyes is trying to get into the race. Mardi Gras is going to have to pick up on that boulevard past the 200. Sunset Eyes is on the inside, and then Mardi Gras. Ishanana's running on from behind, but on that boulevard will win it. On that boulevard has won it. It's close for second. Maybe Ishanana got second, and then Sunset Eyes.
Right, well, on that boulevard was 4 or 5 to 1. He could have got 6 to 1 on Interbet, and he was the right horse. He's a course and distance horse. He got a plum ride.
Jim. He's a smart horse, eh?
Plum ride from Seanville. Very, very nice horse. He's a Trippy out of the Goodmare Hollywood Boulevard. I think she won one of those big
She beat Igugu.
She won one of the big stakes races.
That's in Joburg. She beat Igugu.
Ready to run races. Yeah. Anyway, so she was the dam and Claverflay breeder, but Mary Liley owns it. Tony Riblin's in fantastic form.
Flying, absolutely flying.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And it was worth having a bet to start your weekend off. He was in the right race, the second race. Yeah. It was a great start to the weekend. It certainly looked like the right horse. Anyway, well done to all of them, and well done to Interbet on giving us the best odds that you can get around. So let's go and have a little break, and we'll be back with current affairs.
Hi, I'm Gary Peer, one of the co-founders and executive directors of Interbet. Interbet are the pioneers of online betting in South Africa, having started way back in the year 2000. Our mission is to continue to lead the pack in providing cutting-edge technology in the online horse racing and sports betting space. Our platform remains unique in the context of being a service provider to B2B and B2P. Our aim is to make the site as user-friendly and entertaining as possible, so it appeals to a wide spectrum of target audiences. We strive to provide as much information as possible and to give our punters the very best odds, so the experience is always interactive and enjoyable.
Right, current affairs. Sure, and have we got some stuff to talk about? We're going to talk about our local racing first and talk about racing news first. Let's do the racing news, local racing, and end off with a controversial race, the Kentucky Derby.
We've got some very good footage on it, well worth having a watch. But England had the 2,000 guineas and 2,000 guineas, the two guineas races. And they were a triumph for Aidan O'Brien.
Yeah.
He won the 2,000 guineas with an invincible spirit, Magna Gracia.
Yeah.
And it was his 10th winner, ridden by his son, Donica.
Yeah, amazing. He's pulled his sons Joseph through, he's pulled Donica through. They must be very competent horsemen, all of them. But again, the dominance of the stallion, Jim, because every year he comes up with magnificent
But he
horses.
was the broodmare sire of this.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, and then he was the sire of Hermosa, who won the 1,000 guineas. Now, that's important to South African breeding because she's a sister to a hydrangea.
Yes.
And that's rhododendron, that family. And she's a sister to the United States, who stands at Mouton's Hook.
Yes.
And to the family of hydrangea, which is flying the flag in that.
Absolutely.
So
no, that's very good.
it's a very, very live,
family.
Good pedigree, good family. Aldo
What a
Domea,
start.
first run.
What a start. I watched these two winners, both terrific rides. And I think Van Niekerk had a winner on the day as well, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So it was a big day for us. But he's got a 3-month contract, I believe.
Yes.
So it's a wonderful start, Jim, because I can see that contract being extended if he goes on.
It will bloom. And the great thing is Tony Millard gave him the break, gave him the 2 winners.
Fantastic.
To get a rider like that, get a break from a guy like Tony Millard is absolutely fantastic. As far as the rest was concerned, Byron Foster was the other one we need to mention.
He had a couple of winners, and he won the Rocket Man Stakes or something, the race on the horse he used to ride.
Yeah, Rocket Man Stakes, and the Group 3, and so that was fantastic, and he had a double as well. He's flying backwards and forwards, and he's really doing well in Australia. I mean, really
very
doing
competent
well.
riders today.
Saddest news of the lot, Ormond Ferraris.
Yeah, things
called
sort
it
of
a day.
Stacked up now, and he's enough's enough.
87 years old.
87 years, wonderfully outstanding trainer. He was been competitive for decades and decades, and he's been the tutor of his son and Michael de Kock, and people like that have gone through his ranks. Y.O. Mowing, all of them, people who are legends today in our industry have all worked for him, and it's sad, and it's obviously very annoying that he decided this. And I read the article. He gets up at 3 o'clock every day. He gets there, gets his horses sorted out. They didn't come out. Just his long-serving head boy came out. The rest didn't come out to work. They went on the track, tried to stop racing, and he said, "Why am I doing this?" And they've got there's 10 horses. I think David's got for Asian clients that are with them.
That's very interesting because the 10 horses are sent down to Garth Puller here, and they were coming to Natal. And the reason given that they're coming to Natal, and people should take note, those naysayers. Yes. Because we have barrier trials.
Yes.
The Asian guys like to see barrier trials. They like to see a horse trial.
My international clients love it, and it's very
international.
Good. Yes.
It's the head in the sand guys here who are not prepared to move forward with the times. Charles Fall's been going on for years and years about barrier trials.
About transparency, James. It's all about transparency. And barrier trials have helped us. And I know that I follow racing like you do. Every meeting, if it's in Cape Town, Johannesburg, or wherever, I sit and watch it because we do our show around it and things like that. But I watched the race in Cape Town where an unraced horse was backed in to beat the hot favourite. I knew nothing about it. I just looked at the pedigree, I watched it ran third.
And you know what the trouble is? If you get a trainer comment that says each way chance, or back end of quartets or whatever, and the horse gets backed in, it makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
So,
whereas with the barrier trial, everyone's had an opportunity to
see it.
Make what you want of it.
That's it.
Exactly.
If you barrier trial and you've got the best pedigree in the world, the best pedigree, and you run 30 lengths back in a barrier trial, you ain't going to win it soon.
Exactly.
And at least it gives you an idea not to include it in your bets.
No, exactly. But just getting back to Ormond Ferraris, I just want to say personally, I knew him all my training life. When I started training at the Val, he was training at the Val, and my first year, he had distinctly get on the float. And with my 10 Rand or whatever it was my month's salary, I put it on distinctly because he looked unbelievable. Got on the float and he flew down, funny enough, morning of the race. Flew here and that, one of the first horses to fly. And I've always got on extremely well with him. He might be gruff and, one of those guys that a lot of people take umbrage to the way he is.
He had a good heart.
He is a good man.
He's a good man. He had a very good heart. Whenever I sat and spoke to him, and it was nowhere near as many times as you have, I used to sit with. I was always respectful of him, and he was always a good ear.
It's a sad day. I mean, a really sad
good
day.
Man. Good man.
And this is unfortunately the start of more to come this year. You won't fear that won't be the end of it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the 20 guys who had a job out on the street.
That's right.
Okay? So, you might want higher wages and more employment.
But no
what do you want?
Worse.
You want higher wages or more employment?
Yeah.
Well, you can't have both. Okay. Let's move on and go and have a look at the first of the horses first of the race we're going to show. There's Friday night's action, all from the 800 meter, the Strelitzia Stakes, Grade 3.
Racing about 5 lengths off the leader. Then comes Masani and Van der Spirit's about 7 lengths off the leader. As they move to the 600, Sing for Rafa leads it. In second place, there is Her Royal Majesty on the outside. Third place, Yet Sir I Can Boogie. Elnora Me Time. And then comes Neoshima. The two on the outside, Miss Honey and Van der Spirit, they're going to have to pick up. Still Sing for Rafa as they come to the 300. Yes Sir I Can Boogie tries to close it down. Van der Spirit on the outside with Miss Honey. Sing for Rafa still goes down the inside of that one as Me Time is trying to close it down. Sing for Rafa still goes though. And it's Sing for Rafa from Me Time. Sing for Rafa has won it. Me Time second. Third place will go to Van der Spirit. Maybe near.
Right, there we go. Petala Palace. I've been banging that drum for some time. And again, this daughter of Petala Palace, Jim, I heard the rider say, I wish there was a grade 1 for 2-year-olds over 5 furlong. Sing for Rafa. It must have been the song that the Man City guys were singing when it was 1-1 with Newcastle. But this is very quick, Jim.
Yeah, bred by Mr. Swart, and he's had horses for many, many years, bred horses and that. The triumph we've got to give it, Toby Spies. He ran first and second in the race. And I've known the Spies family a long time too.
Okay.
And I can tell you,
memory lane with you today.
They are, the Spieses are the best trainers of 2-year-olds. Categorically, I'll say, in South Africa. I mean, that year after year after year, they produce 2-year-old winners, and many of them. And they come down for these races with these horses, and they know which are the better ones. This one was
ready.
And they're ready. And they certainly are wonderful with 2-year-olds. And
very good.
If you like 2-year-old winners, you've got to go with the Spieces.
Yeah.
Well done, Toby. First and second in the first of our graded stakes. We then move on to the Colts version, the Godolphin Bar. This was a good win. Good win for Vercingetorix. Good win for Dean Canema. His stable's back in form. And that just shows you they go in troughs and waves. Sometimes you're out of form. And Dean's been out of form for a long time. But he's back. Let's go and have a look.
Comes High Voltage behind that. Katie's Treasures in the blue. Padre Pierre head up in the air. On the outside of that is Wave and African Warriors about 5 or 6 lengths off the lead. Homeward bound, and Alzara brings him into the home stretch. Master of Illusion back second. Then comes High Voltage. African Warrior goes in for a run. So does Padre Pierre. Wavers towards the outside. Coming to the last 300 meters now. African Warrior, Master of Illusion, Alzara. African Warrior now takes it up, and Master of Illusion's going to try and make a race of it over the last 100. High Voltage between the two. African Warrior just leads it though, and African Warrior just made it, I think, from Master of Illusion.
Right, great win there. African Warrior, bred by Bull and Stud, our friends, the Freemans, Frank and Eugene. Eugene's in charge, and now Frank does all the veterinary work.
Yeah, good to see the boys involved in the syndicate. There's Bruce Armstrong, Wayne Thompson. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, John Biscoby, and the other guy. Your name escapes me. I think he's an attorney from Joburg. Yeah. Great racing guys. They love the game, and they've got a good horse here.
Well, good for them, as you say. They deserve to have a winner like this. And the second horse, Nick Johnson's horse, he's put more than most into the game. Yeah. And it was great to see him on track. We then move on, obviously, to the Drill Hall Stakes. A Drill Hall Stakes is always a great race because it is the opening graded race of the season. Let's go and pick them up at the 800.
Rainbow Bridge, only a length and a half lengths off them at this stage. Then Sniper Shot and Will Pays. They're followed by Infamous Fox, and then comes Sand and Sea. Behind that, Matador Man and Zouaves. Into the home stretch, Undercover Agent. Cirillo's the first one to challenge. Down the inside, Lady in Black. Rainbow Bridge between runners, then Sniper Shot. Undercover Agent. The guy's now getting anxious on it as Cirillo comes forward now. Cirillo, Lady in Black, Rainbow Bridge. But it's Cirillo and Undercover Agent. It's an absolute war of nerves. Undercover Agent fights back. Rainbow Bridge getting going down the inside. Undercover Agent just finds the line. Maybe Rainbow Bridge second, Cirillo ran third, Zouaves ran on.
Yeah, Undercover Agent, a fantastic win. Hadn't run, I think, since the Met, and he loves this distance. This is right up his alley, and they knew there wasn't going to be much speed. He's a galloper, got up there. Cirillo made it hot, a very good run, and the runner-up too. What a very good run by Rainbow Bridge, coming out of the Met as well. And so, James, some very good horses stepped out there.
Absolutely. I think it was a top race. Cirillo held the flag for the 3-year-olds. Undercover Agent, bred by Mouton's Hook.
Yes, correct.
Fantastic for them. Rainbow Bridge, well, he was gallant in defeat, but he shows that...
He didn't want to go out, James, and Arthur said, let's go in, and then he took off.
And then he took off,
Very good horse.
And the others were, I mean, they were, the front two were really treading water, and he needs a bit more ground, but it was a very, very good...
very good field too,
Okay, we go on to the Fillies Guineas. Let's go and pick them up at the 800.
Santa Clara's at the rail fourth. Temple Graph in the red sleeves and cab. Now Fire's in the blues. Got about 5 lengths to track down. It's about a length in front of Front and Centre. Then Ariana Shadow. Behind that's Petra. Then comes Moon in June. Homeward bound in the KRA Fillies Guineas, and it's Running Brave the leader. Sylvano's Pride is quick to challenge. Santa Clara's a big runner. Towards the outside of that one is Celtic Sea. Nafias is in trouble. On the outside, Front and Centre. Santa Clara past the 200 metre, the one to beat. And Santa Clara's clear out here. Front and Centre's running late, but Santa Clara will win it. Front and Centre, Temple Graffin and Sylvano's Pride.
There we go, Santa Clara, Duke of Marmalade, a very good win this. And the clip we show you didn't give justice to the rider, because this was drawn 12, went straight to the front from the jump, got the front, eased back to third. And when we showed you the clip, he was relaxed. She was relaxed in third. But Jim, she quickened well.
Cracking good run. The first 2 fillies, top class. This filly is beautifully bred. She's by Duke of Marmalade, out of a sister to I think of...
Mother?
The mother of Silvana.
No, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Sheena, Lomatos out of Sheena is Silvana. So this is beautifully bred. And
well
wonderful for the Drakenstein team. And
Candice, front and centre?
Front and centre, great run. Those are the 2 fillies that came out of this.
Very good for Candice.
Yeah. Let's go move on and have a look at the Guineas.
Back is Thanksgiving, and then comes Triple Fate Line and Socrates about 10 lengths off the leader. About to be homeward bound, KRA Guineas, and it's Chimes and National Park. Here's Solid Gold in the yellow, Twist of Fate's further back, then Charles. They're followed by Approach Control, Bunker Hunt. Socrates got a mountain to climb. He's 2 off the right. He's still second last, 8 or 9 off the leader. National Park, though, hits the front, and Twist of Fate becomes a runner. Down the inside is Thanksgiving. Bunker Hunt's trying to run on Aliasat on the outside. Twist of Fate and National Park, these are the 2. Twist of Fate will win it, though. National Park, Bunker Hunt, Socrates involved in 4th with Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, rewarded for consistency. Twist of Fate, a very good horse. Joe Ramsden's a very good trainer. And he got Arthur Marcus to ride it, and this horse just dug down deep. And James, honour and defeat for National Park.
Most definitely. Socrates, honour and defeat came from the back of the field.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, I thought, ran a good race. Bunker Hunt ran a good race.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things that might change as far as this form's concerned. But really, Twist of Fate's a gutsiest little horse. Jay Ramsden, back with a bang for the Mauritians. I think they call themselves the River Palace.
I think, they're guys in Canada and everything involved.
Bred by a Favour Stud.
That's
again,
right. They've been well.
And I think they've turned it up, which is very sad. But this horse had the run of the race. There are other horses that were pretty unlucky that might turn this around. We then go on to the Poinsettia, which was the last feature of the day, Grade 2. Let's go and see that.
Further back, then comes Rose in Bloom and Vision to Kills the trailer, about 9 or 10 lengths off the leader. Anime will swing them into the stretch at the rail in second position. Township Melody, Juniper Springs around them on the outside. Freedom Charter, Invaroche, and then comes Elusive Heart, Championat. 300 to go, Anime leader, down on the inside, trying to put in a claim as Freedom Charter. Township Melody, Juniper Spring on the outside, Sugar Girls trying to get into the race. Freedom Charter on the inside. The outside, Anime, Sugar Girls trying to get going late with Elusive Art, but it's Freedom Charter, and Freedom Charter has won it. Second will go to Elusive Art, then Sugar Girl, maybe Rosie.
There we go, and that goes to Freedom Charter. A great race for the sire. Elusive fought first and second, with Elusive Heart being runner-up. And again, when I spoke with Robert, he said this horse might just need it, and it quickened up one well.
I liked it. On form, I thought it had a big chance. Bernard Herb drawn one. A lot to do with where it was placed in the race. Peter de Beer bred it, and he owns a share in it. So wonderful for them. And
Marky's got a share too.
Marky Bass, he needs a cash.
Fion's got a share. It's all the mates.
Oh yeah, all the mates got pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And someone else slipped in there with them. So
well
good luck to them, Candice. 2 feature race winners on the night, and back in town. And we're going to go and have a look at the Kentucky Derby footage, because I know we don't have much time and we'll probably have to overrun into some American racing, but this is well worth having a look at. Let's go and look at the Kentucky Derby footage, and we'll give you a quick synopsis after it.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby. Maximum Security and Vacoma had good beginnings, and they go out to the early lead, and Long Range Toddy's close too, and there goes Bodie Express on the outside into the early mix, so they will lead the way early on. And then it's War of Will running in 5th on the inside. Spinoff is 6th. Improbable is 7th position in between horses, then cutting fewer to the outside, followed by Country House. The Code of Honor, Tax, and Pluska Parfait. By my standards is alongside, about 10 lengths off the lead. Gray Magician rides the rail into that turn, and then comes Goldster alongside of the Gray Tacitus. Break of another 2 lengths more, back to Win. Game Winner is in behind him. He's second last, leading Japan's Master Fencer to the backstretch. So on to the backstretch they go, and through this first quarter mile in a sensible 46.62 seconds. Maximum Security leads the way by 3/4 of a length. Long Range Toddy pressing the pace under John Ford on the outside second. War of Will is down toward the inside under a snug hold in third. Then it's Bodie Express fourth. Improbable behind horses in 5th. Vacoma 6th on the outside. And then it's Code of Honor who rides the rail into the far turn. Country House is alongside, and then Spinoff. Pluska Parfait is next, and on the inside comes Tax. Game Winner is wide on the turn, beginning to pick up his stride near the back of the pack. But Maximum Security continues to lead the way. Midway on the far turn, he's a length and a half in front. War of Will is second. Long Range Toddy third, and 4 wide and moving up is Country House's Bodie Express plummets through the field. And here comes Code of Honor, and he bursts through an opening on the inside of Maximum Security, and they're into the stretch. Country House on the outside. Code of Honor down toward the rail. Maximum Security keeps on fighting. War of Will is there too as they come to the final furlong. It is Country House on the outside. Maximum Security is so dead game. He keeps battling on. Maximum Security. Country House 1-2 down to the line. Maximum Security wins the Kentucky Derby. And then it was Country House second, followed by Code of Honor third, and in behind them Master Fencer, who was closing late inside of Tacitus. It's Maximum Security. He's never lost a race, and he wins it under Louise Saez.
There is an objection that has been posted on the board, so it is unofficial for the moment. There you see the unofficial order of finish.
He did come out at the top of the stretch, nearing the top of the stretch. He impeded the 1-horse War of Will.
Maximum Security moved out of lane before he was clear, forcing the rider of number 1, War of Will, to chuck up a little bit.
Now, at that point, the 20, the runner-up Country House, whose claim foul was in the outside yellow cap. It actually happened before that.
It did not affect number 20. He didn't have to steady because of this, but the 1-horse did have to steady. War of Will.
Coming to the top of the stretch, maybe about a 1/16 of a mile before the quarter pole, is where Maximum Security ducked out. He did bother War of Will, definitely, but it's hard to see that he did anything to Country House.
So here we see him as we're going into the far turn. This is the 3 furlong pole, the green and white pole as they're passing right now. War of Will, the horse with a white stripe on his face, directly in behind the horse with the pink silks. Maximum secured. Now he has a lane to run. So his jockey is taking him outside of Luis Saez and Maximum Security. Right there is where number 7, Maximum Security, came out a lane or two, forcing War of Will to steady. It's on a spot of the racetrack where it's very hard to determine exactly how much he impeded him, but you could tell by the reaction of Tyler Gaffleon on War of Will that there was definitely some contact. They disqualified him.
They did. So for the first time in the history of the Kentucky Derby, the horse that crossed the line first has been disqualified. After the objection, Country House wins the Kentucky Derby with Flavien Prat at 65 to 1.
You think he should have stayed up? I don't know.
Tough decision, Jim. Jim, I think the rules are way too tight. If that was the reason, they all had a chance with 400 to run, and this horse just quickened away and won it. The best horse in the race won the race, Jim.
No doubt. Absolutely no doubt.
Donald Trump,
from the president down, they all say
he tweeted. He said this is another blow for political correctness or something. He said, but James, I would be really uptight. But the rules are so tight. You were saying that there was a horse in the Oaks that found trouble at the gate.
Well, what happened was the favourite in the Oaks, which was the Breeders' Cup winner, squeezed the horse that finished last. Never mind, it didn't finish any closer than last at the gate and got disqualified to last. Okay, the Breeders' Cup winner from last year got disqualified to last. Now, I think they got it all wrong. Pat Cummings was very vocal on what's name, and I think Pat Cummings is one of the most respected
he's
people
very
around.
knowledgeable.
But the point being, horse racing is about the best horse winning.
Yeah.
And the best horse won this race.
No doubt.
And they took it down a place at last. What does that do for their stud book? What does that do for the breed? What does that do to the owners who put hundreds of millions of dollars into the race, into horses? What does it do for the trainer? He's a young trainer, maybe never get a chance of winning a Kentucky Derby again. It's just an absolute travesty and a disgrace. That's my opinion.
I agree with you, Jim. I think there's got to be an overhaul, and they probably listen to the reaction coming out of America. Yeah. A lot of people are writing about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. You got the exclusive footage. I hope you enjoyed it, and you've got our take on it. We're going to come back with your call, where we're going to go through the Joburg racing. Right. Well, we're going to first have a look at Magic Millions because we just didn't have space to put them in. But let's go and have a look at what's coming, the upcoming sales, because this is May, a bunch of the big Magic Millions May sale, May and June sale. Let's go
massive.
Leonardo's flying. Leonardo to Hitch. He takes the lead. Great effort. Mystic Journey going well. Mystic Journey by over 2. Mystic Journey does it easily. Fedora in front. Unlucky last year. She's the hero tonight, Fedora. Boom Sarah Bondi out back. Barbie, they hit the line. Boom Sarah.
Right, well, if you want to go or you want horses looked at there, Laf and I will both be going there, and we can do some business for you. And we look forward to being able to do that because this is a sale not to be missed. If you want to buy quality bloodstock, as you see every week on our show, we're showing these horses from Australia that are winning. Let's move on to big day, Saturday, Champions Day, which was marred by a protest. That was sorted out, and we started with the SA Fillies Nursery. Grade 2, let's go and pick them up at the 800.
Then comes Emerald Tiara, up close and personal. And then comes See My Vision and True to Life as they head down towards the final 700 metres. Basadi Faith, the green sleeves and cap in front. Rio's Winter is second, not too far away. Then in between runners is Cavivar. Flyaway is on the far side, just a length off the leaders. Gin Fizz came off the bit. Then comes True to Life in the green and white. See My Vision was further back, and they followed by What You Are into the final 350. And Basadi Faith is in front by a length. True to Life tries to chase. Rio's Winter tries to stay on with them. Then comes Cavivar. They followed by Gin Fizz. It's Basadi Faith. 150 out. She's in front by a length. Cavivar at the inside is second. Then comes True to Life. Basadi Faith. Cavivar trying to have a dig at their leader, but it's Basadi Faith. It's a flawless, perfect four. Basadi Faith has won it.
Paul Matchett, Devon Habib, and Favour Stud bred this, and it's another Master of My Fate.
Yeah.
2 horses really setting the world on fire. Well, there's 3 new stallions, but the Master of My Fate, Vercingetorix and Wiley Hall are the first season sides.
There's a few coming through, you're right.
Yeah,
even,
which is great.
You know, Soft Falling Rain got a couple of useful ones coming through as well. But well done to them. 444 is tough, you know. It's now got the Group 2. It's worth a couple of quid. And well done to Paul
Matchett.
Yeah, one of Paul and his clients.
Great feat. Well done. We move on to the next one, which was the Group 2 SA Nursery. It's been downgraded from Group 1 to Group 2, but this is a good race. And a triumph for Dave McLean, because that's what he wants to do, is win group races. This is what he's turned out to do here. Let's see what they do with the son of All Too Hard, Australian bred.
Was further back in the field. Then comes Guantanamo Bay, Lindsay's Legacy. They race towards the outside. Put on the red lights and got the green light, travel together. Then comes Succession as they race past the 600 metres board. Battle of Trafalgar, the all blue, is just about in front with Twilight Moon for company. Then comes Rock the Globe, the red cap that's been asked to get out after the leaders. And Nvidia is still right there. Frosted Gold on the far side, got the green light, is trying to find a way in between runners. Guantanamo Bay was next, 300 metres left to go. Battle of Trafalgar, Twilight Moon, Nvidia got the green light. Frosted Gold is on the far side. Then comes Rock the Globe, Battle of Trafalgar. Towards the outside is Twilight Moon, and Frosted Gold on the inside is running a big race. Here's Frosted Gold. Frosted Gold has won it. Twilight Moon second. Battle of Trafalgar was third, and then came Got the...
Well, last time they met, Frosted Gold and Twilight Moon, they ran the other way around, but there was 2 kilos. Frosted Gold gave him 2 kilos.
Just about a length
Shows
in
you
it,
that they ran absolutely to form, probably. You know, and certainly great run from both of them. This horse was actually a New Zealand bred horse, but he's
sold
bought in Australia. Yeah, and a very nice horse. And as you've seen, Battle of Trafalgar ran third. We think he's a pretty nice horse too. So a very, very good race, and well done to the team there. We then move on to I think it's the Gerald Rosenberg.
That's right.
Grade 2, 2,000 metres, named after one of the doyens of racing. And the best filly in the race won this. Anton Marcus again to the 4. Let's bring him up at 800.
Sylvan on Fire was further back. Then comes Pretty Border, Fresnay, they the next 2. My Dream Chaser and Cold Cash is at the back of the field, 600 metres out. Return Flight still in front. She's given a little bit more range. She still shows the way. Secret Potion is second. Then Insignis to the outside. Gala, Sylvan on Fire. Further back to Pretty Border. Fresnay's on the inside. Still Return Flight, 400 metres out. Insignis is second. Then comes Secret Potion. They followed by Sylvan on Fire, Gala, Fresnay and Pretty Border. Return Flight still in front. She's showing a lot of heart with Insignis rattling away at her outside. Then comes Pretty Border. It's still Return Flight. She's not relinquished the lead. She refuses to relinquish the lead. Return Flight lands safely. Second goes to Insignis. Then came Secret Potion and Pretty Border.
Right, well, there you go. Return Flight went to the front. Beautiful running ride by Anton Marcus. He is the supreme champion that he is.
This was the cheapie.
Yeah, 20 grand.
Yeah.
Mark Sharkey bred it.
Mark Sharkey, yeah. Mark did all the mating for the stallion. Yeah. Mark, Terry, and then Sean. They got Chris Van Niekerk in. Yeah. Then they haven't got the mare anymore, have they? Mark Sharkey bred it. And,
no, the mare we won't discuss, which is a shame, but it's a pity.
It's a pity, but that gives us all hope. You can get a horse like this. And well done to Sean. He's gone out and bought the Pomodoros. He's gone out and bought the Dubawis. Horses that did him proud. Yeah. And they've all done well. This was a success for all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. We then move on to the Camellia, grade 2. That's a sprint for the fillies, and as a very good race. The second horse, very unlucky, Mighty High, got far out of its ground, but Shippers take nothing away from her. She's a lovely filly, beautifully named, and she won and deserved it.
Followed by Exquisite Touch. That's in the white cap, about 3 lengths adrift. Dancing Queen, Mighty High. They travel together. San Furman's off the leaders. Shea Bella was further back, and then comes Comaneci. 600 metres left to go. All at once in the green with Pretty Penny right alongside. Green Plains in the middle. Then comes San Furman. She's in the open quite early. La Bella Mia. Then comes Skippers. Comaneci works into the race. Further back to Mighty High. And she needs some luck now with 300 metres left to go. Green Plains is the leader. Second place is Pretty Penny. Then comes Skippers up the far side. And the spotted sleeves and the white cap. Mighty High was further back. Skippers is finishing at Green Plains. And Skippers has suddenly turned it on. And she'll run away with it. Skippers has won it. Mighty High ran second. Then came Green Plains.
Well, she won extremely well. Jeffrey van Leer, Jeff Woodruff, but out of a mare that Paul Matchett trained, Fair Rosalind. I think that was his.
James, another tick in the VAR box. People thought the VARs weren't coming through. Cover VAR got beat earlier in the big race by VAR. This is a VAR as well, Shippers.
Good. They're very good.
They're very good, these VARs.
Very good, yeah. You just can't get away from that. That doesn't seem to make any sense that you think that they're not
That's
good.
right, you're right.
Then the 2 grade 1s to close the curtain on the summer season in Gauteng, and we start off with the Gold Bowl. And this is not the Gold Bowl.
The Gold Bowl is...
No, we've got the next one is, I think it's a fillies race. No, we've got one more to go.
James, we've still got the 2 group 1s
we've got
to go.
Sunshine Silk, I think. Yeah, the Gold Bowl, of course it's a Gold Bowl.
It's not grade,
what am I talking
grade 3.
about? The Gold Bowl's a grade 3. We'll pick them up at the 800 metres. This filly deserved to win a race like this.
Gates opened, and they're racing to a perfect beginning. Dromedaris, one of the first to break. He's in no hurry at this stage. A whole lot waiting for cards to be played. Terzan second, now been passed by Royal Honour at the outside. Sunshine Silk is against the fence. Then comes Liege. He races about 4 lengths off the leader. Africa's Gold keeps him company on the outside. Bondi Blue is midfield. Then comes Seeking Gold. That's in the black jacket. Further back to Earth Sky. What a beauty. Walter Smoothie finds himself 3/4 of the way back. Forest Express is also quite some way back. Storm Warning, one from last, and Top Shot is the trailer with 1 lap left of Turfentine Standside track to go. Dromedaris has cleared away to lead it by 2, now 3 lengths. Terzan races in second. Then comes Royal Honour at his outside, sharing that second spot. Further back to Sunshine Silk, Africa's Gold and Bondi Blue. Liege now midfield, lost a few places, but races about 7 lengths off the leader. Earth Sky was further back. Then comes Walter Smoothie. What a beauty is towards the back end of the field. Then comes Forest Express, Storm Warning and Top Shot as they make their way towards the back of the track. Just over 2,000 metres left to go. The pace could be much better. It's actually a canter now with 2,000 metres left to go. Dromedaris can let rip, but he's keeping things quiet for the moment. Dromedaris in front by a length. Royal Honour is second. Terzan races away in third. Bondi Blue is making a move. She's now gone into a share of that second position, and Liege is also on the move. There are quite a few here that are now making a few places. Africa's Gold, Earth Sky. Then comes Sunshine Silk. They now midfield, and there's a new leader. It's Bondi Blue. Seeking Gold races just behind midfield. Then comes Walter Smoothie, who's made a couple of places. What a Beauty and Forest Express are the next 2. Then comes Storm Warning, and Top Shot continues to trail. 1 mile left to go. Of the grade 3, Gold Ball and Bondi Blue may have taken over the lead, maybe a new leader, but the pace is no better. Bondi Blue in front by 1 length. Dromedaris is second. Liege showed intent to go closer. He's now in a share of that second position. Then we go a length away to Terzan at the inside of Royal Honour. Royal Honour was second for the first half. Now he's back in 5th. Africa's Gold and Sunshine Silk are the next two. Then comes Earth Sky, followed by Walter Smoothie. Forest Express was next best. She's just behind midfield. She's showing a little bit of intent to loop some runners. Seeking Gold, Storm Warning, they the next two. What a Beauty, and Top Shot is still last. 1,000 metres left to go. Bondi Blue, the leader. Liege now raced up into an outright second. Dromedaris dropped into third, a length and a half behind the leader. Royal Honour, Terzan are the next two. Africa's Gold is in the green sleeves and cap. Sunshine Silk will turn it on from 6 lengths off the leader. Forest Express has made a lot of ground. She's taken the scenic route, but there are no horses that'll fall back onto her. She's out the traffic. Then comes Earth Sky, Seeking Gold towards the extreme outside, and Walter Smoothie being stoked up. Past the 500 metres mark they go. Liege picked up the lead. Bondi Blue tries to stick around. Then comes Dromedaris. Towards their outside is Terzan running a big race. Royal Honour, Sunshine Silk is on the heels of the leader. 300 metres left to go. Dromedaris, second place is Bondi Blue. Then comes Liege. Sunshine Silk is trying to warm up. Terzan alive as well. 150 left. It's still Dromedaris. Sunshine Silk now the only one that can beat him. Sunshine Silk, Dromedaris. Sunshine Silk comes good. Sunshine Silk has beaten Dromedaris. Third is close. Bondi Blue and Terzan are involved.
Right, well, there you go. That was Sunshine Silk, the Devashanda's owner.
Yeah, done well. It's a decent horse, you know, as I say. Great commentary, Jim. He told us how slow it was early and how who could win it. It was a very good commentary. And, you know, well done to the guys in second and third. We don't normally show a Group 3 all the way around, but that was Sunshine Silk, Dromedaris and Terzan for Joe Soma, the humble hero.
Yeah, well, the Sunshine Silk's by Silvano, bred by the Gold Star Stud.
Yeah.
And I thought Gavin Lorena was superb one. Dromedaris is a galloper.
Yeah.
Muzieni put him in the right place to win the race at the death. I think Robbie Sage won the Gold Bowl a number of times.
Yes.
And this filly showed guts and went past. And I think she'd been properly prepared for this race.
Yeah.
If you look at her profile, looks like this race has been on her horizon for a long time.
He's very good, Jeff.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on and watch the computer form sprint. And sorry that got a bit mixed up earlier on, but that always happens when you've got Alzheimer's. But we'll move on and watch the computer form sprint, grade 1, and see what a triumph. Brett Crawford showed that you can take horses to Joburg, and it's sad not to see other top trainers taking horses up there and winning these races.
What route did he go? Via Durban, or did he come straight up?
I'm not sure. I think via Durban. Okay, but let's go and have a look and see. This was a really good win. Go and pick them up at the start. Pierce Stradham at his very best. Watch this horse in the purple colours, how he rides this.
Sprint 1,000 metres and away, and sprinting to fair beginning for them. Van Halen was a bit slow to begin. Basilius began well. Princess Rebel very quick along the inside. Goes up there too. Van Halen down to 0. Racing up there too is Search Party, Pacific Traders behind those. Then came Prince of Kahal towards the outside of those. It came along the inside. Rebels Champ. That races behind the leaders with Riverine on the stand side is Quinlan. Search Party, Clever Guy, Speed Point, Russian Princess further back, and Trip to Heaven is a long way back. 350 to go, and it's the filly Princess Rebel that leads here from Pacific Trader. Riverine on the outside with Prince of Kahal. Chimichurri Run has got 2 lengths to make up. It's Princess Rebel, Chimichurri Run, Pacific Traders on the outside. Princess Rebel still leads. Pacific Trader runs on strongly. It's down the centre of the track. Princess Rebel that may hold on the outside is Pacific Trader, and Pacific Trader I think has beaten Princess Rebel, Chimichurri Run, Search Party and Quinlan.
Well,
right, we're going to talk about the pedigree. Ascot Studbred, sale from Seattle. Maritz van Wyk owned this horse with Brett Crawford. I think there were other owners in this. I'm not sure Grant Knowles wasn't involved in this horse at one stage.
There are they.
Yeah.
Very good horse, Jim. It's just won a Group 1, probably the fastest sprint around. It's going to lock horns with Casimir later. But well done to Brett. Brett had winners here on Friday night. He won the Drill All Stakes. He went back to Cape Town. He had winners on Sunday. Wonderful weekend but spare thought for the runner-up, Jim. What a good run. You know, Diego timed it right in Princess Rebel for Yvette Bremner. She's a very good trainer, James. She went up and won the Southern Cross with this horse in Cape Town. She sends horses sit up and listen. She's very good.
Yeah, well, she ran second here in the Drill Hall.
That's right.
With National Park. She's
not the Drill Hall, the Guineas.
The Guineas at least, yeah. Ran second here.
Yeah.
It just shows you, it goes all over the place from Port Elizabeth.
And they run well.
They always run well.
Yeah.
I mean, fantastic to
well
her
done to you, Vet.
and Lyle, he normally rides them for them, but I saw that Diego rode this one. You just got to believe that it was a very good race,
Superb
and
race.
Pierce Stradham at his very best.
That's striker.
took the
You don't
prize.
get better than that, eh?
Yeah. Well, there you go. He hasn't ridden 5,000 winners for nothing. But the big one we're going to watch was a Champions.
The Premier's
Cup.
Champions, yeah.
And let's go and see them fight this one out.
Ready for the Premier's Champions Challenge. Gates crash back, and they racing away. A good start for them. Fort Ember ridden at early to get to a good position, but she can't. There's a lot more pace on the outside with Zilzal and Dawn Assault, the two fighting it out for now. Hawam races in 30s on the heels of the pace. Onagi back and forth. Then further back in the field, their outside is Tilbury Fort. After them to Fort Ember, that's in the blue sleeves and cap. Red Chestnut Road was further back, and then comes Cascapedia. Divine Odyssey is at her outside. Odd Rob now being passed by Dark Moon Rising. Noble Secret one from last, and Legal Eagles patiently ridden at the back of the field. There's 10 lengths from first to last. Dawn Assault in front by just over 1 length. Second place is Zilzal. Hawam right there in third, just 2 lengths off the leader. He is a little bit strong. He's just ahead of Tilbury Fort. Then comes Onagi back in fifth and 4 lengths off the leader. Further back to Red Chestnut Road. He's one off the paint. Fort Ember midfield, then comes Divine Odyssey, and they race about 6 lengths from the front. Cascapedia, Dark Moon Rising are the next two. 2 lengths away to Noble Secret. Odd Rob one from last, and Legal Eagle will need to turn it on from the back of the field. About to be homeward bound. 800 metres left to go in the Premier's Champions Challenge. And Dawn Assault will guard them into the home straight. Zilzal second. Hawam right there, poised to have a crack. He's in third place. Then comes Tilbury Fort, and that came off the bit. Red Chestnut Road towards the extreme outside. Onagi was further back. Then comes Divine Odyssey. 500 metres left to go. Zilzal with a narrow lead. Hawam is just about level. Then comes Dawn Assault, Tilbury Fort. After them, to Onagi. Then comes Divine Odyssey and Red Chestnut Road. It's Zilzal narrowly in the lead. Hawam is still half a length away. Anton's keeping his cards close to his chest on Hawam. Then comes Onagi. Further back to Cascapedia. Hawam shot clear. 120 left to go from South Africa to the world. This is Hawam. This is what he can do. Hawam is special. He's beaten Cascapedia at a cock 1-2. Then came Divine Odyssey.
Well, firstly, hats off to Alistair Cohen for some wonderful calling on the day. He is a very good caller. What I like about him, he sticks to the facts. Doesn't get involved in semantics and this and that and the other.
He tells it like it is.
He tells you what's going on in the race, and he just adds in one little comment like he is special. Shows what he can do. That's what you need to do as a proper commentator. And really, I was very, very impressed with him. Jahan's the same. There need to be some help.
But let's get back to this horse, Jim. How good a horse is he?
He's obviously very good, Hawam. He's beautifully bred by Silvana.
He's a half to Rainbow Bridge.
Rainbow Bridge, Rainbow Bridge is his half brother. Okay. And so, Maritz Fontaine, Wilgerbos bred him. Sheikh Mohammed is the savior of this country. He's come in and bought lots and lots of horses. He's bought lots of good bloodstock. He deserves it.
Michael's done exceptionally well with him. He won 2 Group 1s with Socrates, one with this horse, and the fillies, Guineas and Joburg, he's won for him. So Michael's done a great job for him. This horse, to me, is a very good horse. Where he goes next is he'll be nominated for the Daily News.
Daily News,
he'll be nominated, and a very good race for Michael too, and that he had second as well. Very good race for the stable, and we had our run up there, Jane. We're very pleased. We got
I thought you did extremely well. To run fifth was very, very good indeed. 1
1/4 lengths of second, so we're chuffed with our 90. But it just shows, as the commentator said, Hawam is special.
Fantastic weekend's racing. I hope you've enjoyed it. We're out of time, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.